just laughed in my ear. Somebody just laughed in my ear. Indeed.
Okay.
Murder, suicide and poltergeists await the most haunted team in York. Hello and welcome to Most Haunted. This building dates back to 1503 and has a great history of many different kinds of tragedies, from suicide to accidental death. Now home to a plethora of paranormal activity, from full apparitions to poltergeists. With all this in mind, I just had to bring you to the Golden Fleece in York. Lying at the foot of York's historic shambles, the 500-year-old Golden Fleece is reputed to be the city's oldest and most haunted public house. York had a prominent wool trade at this time, which led to the pub's distinguished title. Even a brief name change in 1852 failed to tarnish the building's prestige at the heart of this historic city. Many landlords and ladies have called time here, but this is one corner of York that refuses to change. The beer may continue to flow, but just who are you sharing your pint with?
The place was built around 1503 and belonged to the merchant adventurers. It's an extremely haunted place, otherwise we wouldn't be here, and there's various stories going right back to the 16th century.
The ghost of a man called One-Eyed Jack, who wears a red coat and carries pistols, has often been seen pacing up and down this room, the back bar area. Dogs often growl in the space where the apparition has been seen, and many people feel faint in here, along with the sensations of a tightening around their throat, almost as if they're being strangled. This is even more frightening when you come to discover that an ex-landlord hanged himself in this very room.
In the 1700s, this building belonged to two people known as Lord and Lady Peckitt. Now, Mr. Peckitt became Lord Mayor of York in 1702, and his wife took on the title, of course, of Lady Mayoress. She was so enamoured by the fact that she was Lady Peckitt that she actually continued the title for the rest of her life. Now, whether she still haunts the building, we don't know, but there is a Lady Peckitt's room, and there is a figure of a tall, dark lady that still wanders around the room.
Here in the Minster's room, the bed is supposed to move all on its own. The bathroom door slams as if pushed by unseen hands, and the sounds of a baby crying are often heard. This room is now called St. Catherine's Room, and part of it has been hidden for almost 200 years. The ghostly image of a tall woman wearing black has been seen standing by the door. Who is she, and what causes the phenomena here at the Golden Fleece? We have 24 hours to find out.
Tonight's investigation provides York with the perfect opportunity to live up to its boast of Britain's most haunted city. The perfect place, it seems, to welcome on board an open-minded enthusiast and an ardent skeptic. Step forward, a mischievous Radio 1 team led by Scott Mills and Mark Chapman.
Revenge is sweet. You are here, right?
Yeah.
Scott Mills and Chappers from Radio 1. Now, we've had a lot of stuff happening already while we've been here. Now, you've arrived a little bit later than the rest of the crew. How are you feeling about what could possibly happen to you tonight?
I wasn't scared until about 5 o'clock this afternoon, and then it just all... I was on the loo, put it that way, and I was thinking, okay, it just all dawned on me.
We have been very nervous.
Yeah.
Since about 5 o'clock.
Yeah, but he doesn't believe in it all, and I'm quite open-minded about it, so...
I don't.
I just really want to see him really scared.
What would make you believe?
Seeing something, I think.
What about if...
Oh, getting stuck in the loo, like apparently somebody has already tonight. That's why we've been to the loo tonight, and we actually
went together?
Yeah, we went together to make sure we were all right.
And we've decided we'd like to go together most of the time.
Yeah.
Around the house, if that's okay.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how you do.
Strangely, the bravado shown on the airwaves isn't quite as prominent now that Scott and Chappers have come face to face with their own fears. And parapsychologist Kieran O'Keefe feels that our present environment is the perfect place to test their nerve.
Here we are at the Golden Fleece. It's another pub. Why do you think pubs are so haunted?
Well, part of it is because most of the pubs have a lot of history. They go back hundreds of years, and like Richard would say, where there's history, there's ghosts. Another part of it might be because throughout their time, they've been very public places. There've been a lot of activity, just general everyday activity. A lot of people have enjoyed their time, there have been sad times, and people have died in those places. So it's only natural that you get ghostly activity.
Now, we've got some special guests coming on this evening for this investigation. We've got Scott Mills from Radio 1. Now, they're very excited. They're also incredibly frightened about what they're going to experience, and they keep asking me, oh, what's going to happen to us, what's going to happen to us? How do you think that's going to affect not just the team, but the investigation as a whole?
There's a high level of expectation and excitement from these guests that are turning up tonight. Now, that'll increase the fear and anxiety for some of the crew, but some of the other crew may just say, we're experienced old hands, this is their first experience, we know how it was for the first time. So they'll just be taking a step back and say, let them experience what they experience. Simple as that.
Both of our spiritualist mediums, Derek Akora and David Wells, have joined us in this public house. With several centuries of memory surrounding us, perhaps we can start to unravel just a few of the mysteries that accompany the Golden Fleece.
Just as we come into this atmosphere, this is really, really very strong in here. There was a man who died here. Yes, go on then. Who is he? He actually passed in this building. Come on then, give it to me. John? That's Peckitt. John Peckitt.
John Peckitt.
He died here.
In this room, or
was it in this room? No, not in this room. Well, no doubt we must be going to it. Okay, a big, like a medallion here on my chest. So it tells me he was a man of standing.
Yes.
A very proud man and a very good man. And he, I feel he passed in his sleep. He passed over, he just, and out. When he walks round, I don't know if he's actually heard his voice, but it's like as if he's calling out a name when he actually is in visitation and walking round. And I feel this name must be close to his heart. He goes back out of the atmosphere as if,
she's not here.
She's not here.
Right. Let's walk out through this way.
Yeah.
Derek's early sensing of a prominent male from this building and this city's past gave us early impetus in this particular visit. And just a few yards along the corridor, another of this building's biggest mysteries was about to unfold further.
Now, in here, again, you'd have an attachment to that in there. I feel at times there is a lot of noise going on in here. I've just heard a man, okay, and it was like a recording of voice, and the only way I can describe it, he's an American. And I can tell that by what was replayed to me. And he doesn't belong here. He wants to find his home again. He wants to go back to his home. And I don't know what actually has happened to him in the sense that he was killed in combat, I feel. He's come down, something's happened, he was up in the air. You see, he had to be linked with bombs because I could hear the bangs, bangs, bangs.
So you're talking World War II?
Absolutely, yeah. World War II. But I don't know his attachment here. I keep on asking Sam and asking him and asking him. You know something, I feel that he didn't actually go down and lose his life, you know, crash, what have you. I feel he made it to the ground. He was badly injured. He was being treated and something happened. He was used to coming in here at maybe that time.
Yeah, maybe.
And something happened to him then.
Any name with him?
Go ahead. Can you give me his name, please? Sam's just given me Jeff. Jeff. Harkin. Harkin.
Harkin.
It's either, is it Harkin or Parkin? Harkin.